I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Are drugs the problem, or is it the relationship people have with them that is? Most of us form some sort of dependency throughout our life, but it's our responsibility to determine whether or not these dependencies are taken more than they are given. Welcome back to SuesSpace. This platform was created for you young people so that you can have a space to talk about your struggles and your challenges. Our conversations are coming from a place of wisdom and experience. I've struggled, I've healed, and I'm here. So don't forget to tap the notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload. This will help with my mission of reaching as many young people as possible. It will also help to grow this space. With that said, let's get to it. In the 70s and 80s, drug use was mainly associated to celebrities, the rich folks, and easily accessible to the so-called high society parties. Growing up, I was oblivious to it all, but I'm finding in my current career, I'm speaking more and more to parents who are seeking guidance, assistance, and rehab resources for children under the age of 18 who are struggling with some type of addiction, and it breaks my heart. There are many reasons that can lead a child to want to experiment with drugs. They may have a family history of substance abuse, like alcoholism that runs in my family, low self-esteem, or a mental or behavioral condition. There are drugs that are legal and you can get them without a prescription, like the ones you take for a headache. But when you hear people talking about using drugs, they're often talking about the illegal ones, the ones people use for recreational purposes, non-medical reasons. And these drugs can lead you down a path of destruction, affecting your mental health in a negative way. It just feels like to me the age of young people turning to alcohol and drugs is getting younger and younger. And I want to know why. Young people, drugs are a temporary escape. You can't drink away, pop away, vape away, smoke away your anxiety, struggles, or problems. Don't try or use drugs in an attempt to cope, bypass, or ignore your thoughts and emotions so that you don't have to process them. All you're doing is masking them, covering them up. You're gonna have to uncover them sometime. Drug abuse can have a major impact in your life. At a young age, your brain is still in the process of maturing, and some would say it's easier for drugs to alter your mindset. You can suffer from memory loss, lack of concentration, and it can leave you with long-lasting, damaging health problems. Misusing drugs at a young age, or any age, can result in big changes in your school performance, affect your driving skills. Please don't drive under the influence, okay? It's also associated with high-risk sexual activity, unsafe sex, and unplanned pregnancies. When you are under the influence of drugs or alcohol, you cannot think clearly. All right, let's lighten the mood up. Even though this is such a serious topic, it's story time. There was this one time I was hanging out with my friend and I had taken 2 puffs of her blunt. So on the way home, I had to stop at the grocery store to get something to eat. And then when I got back to the parking lot, I couldn't find my car. I started panicking. The police were called. And I can't explain my embarrassment when I realized out of the 2 vehicles that I owned, I had driven my truck and not the car, the vehicle I was looking for. Shame. You're more likely to drink alcohol or try substances for the first time to fit in with your friends or act popular. You may feel pressured into using or curious about how it would make you feel because the people around you are doing it. Don't be fooled into believing or listen to your friends when they tell you that you can't get addicted if you only try it once. Curiosity killed the cat. And I'm sure you think nothing bad will happen to you if you do, because you're bad and bougie. But I'm sure Whitney Houston, Demi Lovato, and many others didn't think anything would happen to them either. Young people, be wise in your decisions and make sure you understand the consequences to your actions. Your friends should respect your choice not to drink alcohol or participate in drug use, even if they do. Real friends won't pressure you into doing anything that may put yourself or others in danger. If your mind can convince you to experiment with drugs, there's a huge possibility it can convince you to continue using too. It can also convince you to choose a different way to cope. You may be feeling anxious and be dealing with a lot of stress, but your problems and your negative thoughts won't magically disappear because you think you can mask them with your drug of choice. In fact, they could feel even larger once you've sobered up. So avoid the trap of dependency and just say no. Dependency looks like you having trouble socializing without being high or intoxicated, then feeling anxious when your stash runs out. It's being unable to complete everyday tasks without an external substance, and I'm talking about illegal drugs. Dependency makes it easy for you to put off what you could have done today, will make you spend more money than you should, hold you back from operating in your full potential, and create more anxiety, not less. You may feel smoking weed is a great way to relax and ease your stress, but how does it help you heal what's causing the anxiety in the first place? Let me just say this. Because a person is addicted to drugs or alcohol, that doesn't make them a bad person, unless their actions are bad, and that's a whole nother story. But I'm not here to judge. My ex was a great man when he wasn't using, but when he was, that Jekyll and Hyde behavior, I didn't know who was going to show up from one day to the next. So I know a little bit about drug abuse because I wanted to learn it so I could understand it. And I'm here to tell you, not only do the addicts struggle with their addictions, but so do the people around them that love and support them. It can be painful to watch anyone you care about struggle with an addiction, especially a child. And it's never too soon to talk to a child about drugs. Talk to your child about their views on drugs and answer their questions. Teach them ways how to resist peer pressure and be honest about your history with drug use. And if you did experiment with drugs, talk to them about what the experience taught you. Parents, set a good example and know your child's friends and talk to them about safety plans, like not getting in a car with a driver who's been drinking, intoxicated, or using drugs. Keep track of your prescription drugs in your home if you suspect your child is using. You should do that anyway, and learn how to recognize the warning signs of drug abuse. If you believe your underage child is involved in drug use, contact a healthcare professional for help, support, and resources. It's hard enough for addicts to make the decision to change, but ultimately, they're the ones who have to make it. And that's all for this one. Let me know in the comments if anything I said in this video was helpful, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button before you head out if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and true to yourself until the next one.